What's up, YouTube? It's James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this nice midweek work Wednesday. I'm doing real good myself. I'm telling you, we're in the middle of the week already. Time is really flying. We got a situation right here. This story right here is really messed up, especially for the young brother who was tempted into doing, what he felt like he had to do. I wish he had just thought things over. It's a bad situation in this country, right now, because you got a lot of white wannabe supremacists. They want to be supremacists, but they're not. And, they're fighting to hold on to that title. This is the reason why I always say there's a lot of black people that like to rely on calling them white supremacists. Do you know what you're saying? Words have a lot of power. You even hear, a lot of other YouTubers say the dominant society. Ain't nothing supremacist about these folks. There is nothing dominant about them, but the system that has been set up for them to thrive over the original people of this country. Well, of this earth, the original people of this earth. That's basically what this thing is about. But be that as it is, these white wannabe supremacists, a lot of them cannot control themselves because they're losing grip on controlling things. As we know, the time is nearing for their extinction. And they know it. And they know that this earth will be given back into the original inhabitants of it. They know that. So they're doing a lot of stupid shit. You know what I mean? Jumping up in your face, calling you nigga and all that old kind of stuff. And that's what happened in this situation with this young brother right here. We're just going to get into the story and then we'll see, dissect it as we go, okay? Dunkin Donuts customer punched to death after being racist towards worker, okay? And I guess this is the young brother right here that was tempted, or felt like maybe he feared for his life. I don't know. Dunkin Donuts employee Corey Pujols left is charged with aggravated manslaughter of a person older than 65 after allegedly punching a customer. Pictures Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, and it says Getty Image, Google, and all that. Okay, this is where it happened at Dunkin Donuts, and this is the employee Corey Pujols. Okay, let's see what actually tipped this into action. All right, a 77-year-old Dunkin Donut customer used a racial slur on an employee who allegedly punched him in return, causing him to die. The unidentified victim got into a fight with donut shop worker Corey Pujols, 27, who faces charges in his death. The elderly man got angry over an apparent lack of service and was then reportedly asked by employees to leave. Okay. First of all, he never should have even went into this place with that kind of attitude. If they told you to leave, just leave. Okay. Let's continue. Rather than take off, the customer parked his vehicle and went inside the store and got into an argument with Pujols. The customer allegedly made a racial slur at Pujols, who is black, and dared him to say the phrase again. The customer repeated it. Okay. From what I can see, whoever this elderly white man is, you understand? He initiated all of this. I mean, this is what the story says. Okay. Now to continue, Pujols then allegedly punched the customer in the jaw and caused him to fall down backwards, and hit his head on the concrete floor, according to a Tampa Police Department report. The customer was at the drive-thru of the Dunkin Donuts inside the Marathon gas station at 410 South 50th Street in Tampa, Florida, last Tuesday, according to the Tampa Bay Times. Police and fire personnel called to the store around 1:30 p.m. found the customer unconscious and bleeding from his head. Tampa fire rescue crews transported him to Tampa General Hospital, where he was put in the intensive care unit. The victim died 3 days after the altercation. Pujols told police that the customer was extremely rude. Cops did not disclose the details of the slur. Naturally. See, this is all set up to make him look like the bad person, okay? In conclusion here, it says an autopsy showed that the man died of a skull fracture and brain contusions, according to the newspaper. Pujols was arrested on Friday and has been charged with aggravated manslaughter of a person older than 65. It carries a maximum prison sentence of 30 years. Pujols will be represented by a public defender, jail records show. The Tampa Police Department does not release the identity of victims due to the interpretation of the voter-approved, what's that? Mary's Law, I don't know what that is, Marsy's Law, which is designed to protect victims of crime. This is by no means a victim. Here's the victim right here. Okay, Corey Pujols was the victim. You understand what I mean? He was tempted to defend his integrity and his honor from a so-called white wannabe supremacist, when all he had to do, this white guy, is leave if he didn't like the service. They asked him to do that. He did not want to do that. He wants to go park his car, get out of the car, go in there and jump up in this young fella's face and call him racial slurs. All right? That's what it all boils down to. And now he's lost his life. But the bad part on this other end is Corey Pujols. All right? He's lost. He's the victim here, as far as I'm concerned, because now he's going to go to prison. Probably will get the maximum just because he lost his temper, and he felt like he needed to protect his integrity, from this racial slur. Now, I'm going to say this too. We as black people need to cancel the word nigga anyway. We need to. We run about day in and day out addressing each other with this term. And the moment the same low carnal ass person that named you that in the first place, he named you that by word, okay? When he calls you that, you lose your damn mind. I know it's a stigma behind it, but you always got to keep in consideration as where that term came from in the first place. Ain't nothing glorious about it. We have to stop addressing ourselves as something that the enemy addressed us with in the first place. That's the way it goes. All right? Also, I wish that Corey had to just step back, took a breather, and told this motherfucker whatever. If he called him a racial slur, and told him, hey, call him one back. I can think of a lot to call them, call them. A lot. You may have heard me call them some. Because that's the way I am with racists. That's the way I am with a racist. Okay? You start that fucking name calling racial slur shit, guess what you're going to get here? Okay? I ain't got to put my hands on you. But by the time I'm done addressing your punk ass, you going to feel like you going to feel like your ass has really been dealt with. Okay? After I would have got finished calling his ass what he really is and telling him where he comes from, I guarantee you he would have wanted to hit me. then I'd have had every right to lay his ass out. Too bad for this young brother right here. I hate the fact that you lost your temper and wasted your life on this low colonel ass wannabe white wannabe supremacist. Because that's just what he is. That's just what he is. This is another situation where I think it was like a year or two ago, a couple summers ago. I think it was a UPX. No, what's that? What do you call it? UPS, or either FedEx. One of them. It was a black UPS or FedEx driver. Was in traffic. I guess he pulled over or whatever, and it was another old ass white wannabe supremacist. Ran up on him, threatening him, and every damn thing, calling racial slurs, and I guess punches was thrown, and the brother hit the old dude, knocked him out and killed him just like this. Well, in that situation right there, they found this brother not guilty. He's basically defending himself. Who knows? You send some prayers up to the Most High, Corey Pajules. You can get delivered from this. You can get delivered from this. But we always want to make sure we're in the right when we're dealing with these ones that want to run up in our face. Okay? And we do have the right to fear for our lives and protect ourselves with all the evil things that has been done, by the hands of these white wannabe supremacists to us as a people. I mean, history is, riddled with all the evil things that these white wannabe supremacists has done to us as a people. History is riddled with it. I mean, the pictures, just terrible. Check this out. Before I show you these pictures, people, I want to make sure that you are warned. Okay? The pictures are very graphic in nature, and some of y'all might find them distressing. I'm going to just let you know that. Okay? So let's check this out. For example, right here, here's a one of our ancestors that was actually lynched, on a tree. And he was not only lynched, but as you can see, he was burned. He was burned, okay? And as you can see here in the background, okay, all of these low-life pigskins in the background, standing and watching on, and it doesn't bother them one bit. You see, there's always, when you're addressed against, when these kind of low lives come up on you, there's always a reason to fear for your life. All right. And there's always a reason to protect yourself. So maybe that young brother, maybe this is what he felt like he had to do. Okay. Let's check some more out. Here's another one. Okay. Omaha lynching of Will Brown. Okay, now you can see right there that this man was actually murdered and burned. And again, them standing around, posing, photo op. They don't give a fuck, Look at this. There's always a reason to fear for your life when dealing with shit like this right here. This is shit. Okay? This thing right here is the worst thing that even ever walked the planet. Even though we had Nephilim, these things right here are the worst. Okay? See. Let's continue. Now, this is basically just them posing with a little photo op, and they just murdered, one of our ancestors, And back then, nothing was ever done to them at all. But they paying right now. they're paying right now. Trust and believe that they ain't got away with a damn thing. A lot of these motherfuckers right here has passed on, and it's a whole new world for where they come from. If you understand what I'm saying, y'all trust me when I say that. But my thing is this: what do you see? You see a group. All right. The Most High said that what He likes about the devil's children is their ability to stick together, their unity. Okay? Their unity. And that's one thing that they got us beat on. They got us beat. I mean, a lot of our, oh boy, they just nothing but sellouts. You know, I'm hearing this thing about Gabrielle Union, which is, oh boy, oh. You know, her going after Tariq along with HBO show, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Larry Elders, you know, of the world. And the list goes on and on. On and on. Sellouts. For money. But see, when that shit run out, guess what's gonna happen? Ain't gonna mean a damn thing. Your ass gonna get tossed aside. See? It's past due time that black folks get together and unify and bring in the Most High. Yes, that's what I said. Because you're not going to beat this thing. We're not going to overcome this system that the Most High allowed the devil to sit up over us because of our transgressions. We got to get together and cry out to Him and let Him do the rest. You see, that's what it's going to take to put an end to this bullshit right here. You know, in the Ahmaud Arbery case, the McMichaels, they are pleading innocent. Okay? They are pleading innocent. And it was just like basically Derek Chauvin right there on fucking camera committing murder. But they're pleading innocent. Innocent of hate crime, you know, and all that. No, it was definitely just what it is, a hate crime. All right? See. So as for Mr. Bajules, Corey Bajules, you need a lot of prayer right now, my brother. Okay? You definitely need to do that. You can be delivered from this. After all, I understand that you felt like that you had to protect yourself. You had a raging white wannabe supremacist step into you, calling you racial slurs, and more than likely threatening your life. And as we know, as history tells, and as it shows, proof from what I just showed you guys, you have a right to fear for your life when one of these step to you. It's not to be taken lightly, okay? That's all I got on this one, people. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. I know that YouTube like to go overboard with the censorship. But nevertheless, leave some comments. To the best of your ability, you understand, we can put it in, you know, where it's a bit clean or whatever. I know even I've seen comments that didn't even deserve to be taken down. You know, and this is another little dirty ass thing that they do. But leave them anyway. Okay? And people, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.